Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Primal Universe, within the borders of Ganwu Universe, Milky Way Holy Land. The present-day Milky Way Holy Land was known as one of the two major centers of the human race. One center was the Primal Secret region. The other was Milky Way Holy Land. As the human race was now powerful enough, remote ocean was no longer required to stay within the Primal Secret region. This was why Luo Feng had first shifted it into a god country, before changing it again from a god country to Milky Way Holy Land. With the endless remote ocean, Milky Way Holy Land had 6 true gods, and over 100 universe masters. It even had universe knights, and countless undying fighters. It was where Luo Feng, the #1 master of universe ocean, resided. The entire Milky Way Holy Land had already been expanded, with various clusters of palaces in undulating waves all over. Amongst them, there was a vast piece of the starry land that belonged to Hong, and another vast piece belonged to Fire Dome. These two lands already occupied close to the entire Milky Way. Fire Dome. Luo Feng, garbed in his white robe, and walked along the corridor of the void space. Following close behind him was a youth with long, red hair. He might have seemed like a youth, but he was actually Fire Dome True God, the illustrious super talent whose teacher was Luo Feng, the #1 master of Universe Ocean. Teacher, Fire Dome said, bowing with reverence. Luo Feng spoke as he walked. I imparted to you the inheritance of the pulse of Jie Fanzi, and also the inheritances of various pulses of the world of Jin. You are, unquestionably, extremely gifted. Your secret technique has also attained an extremely high level of achievement. However, your willpower is apparently hindering your path to perfection. Right now, your willpower is only at the true God level. As a true God, this level of willpower is much too weak. You disciple understands. Again, Fire Dome bowed reverentially as he responded. Inwardly, Luo Feng lamented. Both he and Hong were from the pulse of Earth. As great beings from Earth, so long as they were outstanding figures, their willpower should have been more determined and powerful. But this second disciple of his was relatively weaker in this respect. When the next era is here, you will head for the world of Jin. I will make the necessary arrangements. Going there will allow you to hone your willpower. If your willpower can be increased to the void space level, I can start imparting willpower secret techniques to you. Luo Feng gave Fire Dome one brief glance. Immediately, Fire Dome became extremely excited and said, I will definitely do my best and not disappoint you, teacher. He could not forget that back, when he had first become a true god and went to the world of Jin to hone his skills, he had considered himself to be among the top tier of true gods. He was full of confidence. In light of this, facing his teacher, named #1 master of Universe Ocean, he was eager for a chance to learn through sparring. Luo Feng saw through his thoughts with a mere glance and said, you can try. Put in all you've got. So Fire Dome executed his secret technique of blazing his godly power, and made use of his automaton-type treasure, as he readied himself as thoroughly as he could. Yet all it took was one look from Luo Feng. One single look, and Fire Dome instantly felt as though the time and space around him vanished. What remained were only those incomparably terrorizing eyes that could drown out everything in a fleeting moment. Right away, Fire Dome lost consciousness and crashed to the ground. Every time he recalled his first time facing teacher. Just one look from teacher, and he had been knocked out right away. Fire Dome had always found the willpower secret technique from teacher's set of knowledge overwhelming. Yet, at the same time, he yearned to learn more about it. The numerous disciples under Luo Feng all knew that their teacher had an extremely powerful willpower secret technique, yet up until now, none had been able to inherit it. According to Luo Feng, it is not me refusing to impart the technique to you. It is just that for all of you, your willpower simply does not reach the threshold for cultivating the technique. What a stinging remark. Huh? Luo Feng's expression suddenly changed. Teacher. Fire Dome was in doubt as he started to ask a question. Then he too showed a change in expression as he exclaimed in shock, Sector Beast. Sector Beast, Luo Feng said slowly. Finally, it's here. Then Luo Feng looked up. Far in the distance, a figure appeared. It transformed into a streak of flowing light, and sped toward Luo Feng. Very quickly, the figure descended. This black-haired man garbed in a black robe was none other than Hong. You sensed it, too? Luo Feng nodded. Big Brother and Fire Dome, both of you have to come along with me. We will go look for Firefly True Master. Hong walked over, shaking his head while sighing. Previously, I suffered a loss because of this Sector Beast. Who would have expected another Sector Beast to appear in such a short time? I'm afraid the reason is because I Devil God, and I went over to their territory. Thus, those Sector Beasts also thought about the idea of coming out. Only after you have truly fought against one, will you understand how truly terrifying these Sector Beasts are. Luo Feng. This time, we really need to depend on you. Let's wait and see first. No one knows exactly how strong this Sector Beast is. Luo Feng instantly waved an hua. A 9-story tower appeared. Let's go. Luo Feng was the first to walk towards the doors of Star Tower, with Hong and Fire Dome closely behind as all three entered. At that moment, another figure was approaching from the distance. It was Mosha Body, and it, too, followed the rest, entering Star Tower. Luo Feng was exercising extremely high vigilance. Even though he had many treasures with him, in terms of defense, Star Tower was still extremely powerful. His remote ocean body and Mosha Body had set off at the same time. And even if Mosha Body were to lose and perish in the war, remote ocean body could still take over the treasures left behind by Mosha Body after it was destroyed. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Divine Eye. Amidst the chaotic airflow, Luo Feng and company were on board Star Tower, rushing their way to Firefly True Master. Luo Feng took out a transmission token. What? You are unable to make your way there quickly. Milky Way, these Sector Beasts have appeared outside Firefly True Master's miniature universe. No one knows exactly how many have come to Universe Ocean. It might be quite a few. If we all set off for Firefly True Master's miniature universe at the same time, what if other Sector Beasts suddenly appear and charge into my miniature universe? I would not be able to rush back in time. This would spell big trouble. I have already sent 2 of my true gods, who are rushing over now. After all, even if we discover the presence of Sector Beasts, we need to alert all the groups of powers from Universe Ocean into leaping into action. Luo Feng understood his point of view. It was similar to why he left his golden horned beast body in the primal universe. He could disintegrate another body of himself anytime he wanted and bring it back to its original form, when it was within the endless remote ocean. 9-headed, all right, all right. I am rushing over too, said Luo Feng, transmitting his instructions to another top-tiered great being. Your miniature universe is also near Firefly Master's miniature universe. You make your way over first and keep the situation under control. I will rush over as fast as I can. Of the 8 great overlords of Universe Ocean, Luo Feng served covertly as the leader, and at that very moment, he was speedily trying to establish contact with every single one. This time, out of the 8 great overlords, 3 were rushing over. Other than those 3, there were many other true gods. For instance, from the human race itself, as many as 7 true gods were rushing over. Clearly, this was the first time a sector beast had made an appearance in the universe ocean, as the various powerful groups were exercising extreme caution and vigilance. The various true gods were all at different distances from Firefly True Master's miniature universe. Some were near, while others were very far away. Luo Feng, who had set off from the primal universe, would have been considered to be very far away. After all, among the 3 reincarnation eras, numerous true gods' miniature universes from the first reincarnation era were far from the primal universe. They were scattered far, and even within the first reincarnation era, distances between the various miniature universes differed. Some were closer to one another, some were equally distant from one another. Time continued passing by, and around the membrane wall of Firefly True Master's miniature universe, almost half of Firefly True Master's meandering body was out of the membrane wall as it gazed far into the distance. No. Loathsome. Firefly True Master was very anxious. It could clearly feel the origin of its miniature universe being continually eaten away. It was the most fundamental form of encroachment. It was almost impossible to recover. An immeasurably long period would be required just to recover to only a small degree. That was also why the willpower of the primal universe origin was so dreadful. What should I do? What should I do? Firefly True Master was filled with anxiety, but it did not dare leave without even a single automaton-type treasure, especially when Control Dark Master, who was under its command, had been swallowed the moment it encountered that sector beast. This further eroded Firefly True Master's confidence. Ancestor. By his side, there were several other universe masters from his Firefly clan. Ancestor, even if the various parties are rushing over, they are, after all, rushing from all corners of universe ocean. They will need time. The number 1 master of our universe ocean, Milky Way Horde leader, will need to travel from the primal universe. Milky Way Horde leader will not be able to make it in such a short time. The nearer they are to us, the faster they will be able to make it here. However, those nearer to us might not come. Some of the true gods are worried that they, too, might get attacked by the sector beast. These universe masters were all very anxious too. Ha ha ha. Amidst the void space, sector beast Morosa stood tall. Rays of distorted light penetrated the endless void space to swallow the origin of that faraway miniature universe. How gutless, said sector beast Morosa. The origin of his own miniature universe is being swallowed by me. How can that Firefly True Master possibly be unaware? In the very beginning, he had sent one universe master over to look into the matter. Yet since then, there hasn't been a single move made. Obviously, it was fearful of me and thus, did not dare to deal with me. Ha ha. It seems I have overestimated Universe Ocean. I'm afraid the various races of Universe Ocean are pretty weak after all. Sector Beast Morosa was exhilarated. It had prepared well for a war, but it had not expected that, even after waiting for quite some time, Firefly True Master would make no move other than to send a Universe Master to probe around. After that, it had made no further moves. Firefly True Master was truly anxious. A piece of news was transmitted over. Firefly, I have arrived. One of the clawed hoofs of Firefly True Master grasped a transmission token, and the moment it received this news, it was instantly delighted. Blood Orchid, you are here. I have been so worried. Some of the other true gods are either scared or worried about their own universes, and simply stayed away from here. There are others who are rushing over from very faraway places. Blood Orchid, my coordinates are. Firefly True Master was extremely agitated. I will be there immediately, came the reply. Firefly True Master was very excited as he looked around. Blood Orchid Ancestor will arrive soon. Blood Orchid Ancestor. With Blood Orchid Ancestor here, things will be much better. Blood Orchid Ancestor and my Firefly clan did share a relationship with one another, and when such something happens, she is the first to come and help. As for the other 3 miniature universes nearest to us, not a single one came. The universe masters all sighed while lamenting how true friends could be identified only at the most crucial moments. A short while later, a black, triangular tower teleported over and appeared in the vicinity. Then it flew over rapidly. Firefly True Master raced to receive it as it came to a halt and a towering figure walked out. She was surrounded by countless crimson flowers, looking very finely adorned. It was her, Blood Orchid Ancestor. Back when the world of Jinn had yet to emerge, 3 true gods had frequently stayed around the black-striped stone pillars. They were Beikai Star Master, Blood Orchid Ancestor, and Rampaging Devil God. When the world of Jinn had emerged, Blood Orchid Ancestor had made her way there as expected. After spending a period of time honing her skills, she had become more powerful. In terms of power, she was not far below the 8 major overlords. If the 8 major overlords were said to be the top-notch team, she would have been regarded as second only to them. Her greatest advantage was her body. As a plant life form, Blood Orchid Ancestor had a massive body. At the moment, she took the form of a woman surrounded by flowers. However, that was only a transformation that she took on. It was not her original look. Previously, she had spent quite a long time at the black-striped stone pillars, so her willpower was extremely strong, too. Me? Blood Orchid Ancestor looked in the distance at the numerous universe masters of the Firefly clan, then turned toward Firefly True Master with a dubious look. It's just me alone. Firefly True Master wandered over and said a bit awkwardly, the other True Masters were quite far away, so they have yet to arrive. Milky Way Horde Leader, 9-headed Demon Master, and 9 Remoteness True Master are also in the process of rushing here now. They're all on their way. Blood Orchid Ancestor thought. Let's wait. We'll wait until they all arrive. Firefly True Master felt that the origin of his miniature universe was being swallowed. The situation would be grave after 5 days, but he was far from crumbling. Besides, even he wasn't brave enough to fight the Sector Beast, so he didn't want to ask Blood Orchid Ancestor to do that. Days passed. Even an era was like a blink of an eye to true gods, not to mention a day. They all thought that the miniature universes were very close to each other, yet now, Firefly True Master was resentful that the distance between miniature universes was too large. If only his miniature universe was close to the original universe. Firefly True Master couldn't have been more worried. The 4th day after the Sector Beast started to devour the origin of his miniature universe, there were already 4 true gods outside it. 2 of them were from the first universe era, while the other 2 were from the second universe era. Everyone, Firefly True Master said, looking around at Blood Orchid Ancestor, surrounded by red flowers, a true god from the skeleton race who was tall, but made up of bones, and a blurry being made of water. These true gods were all looking at Firefly True Master. They did not act. Everyone, he said again, anxiously. That Sector Beast is eating the origin of my miniature universe really fast. Half of its origin is already gone. If we let it continue, even if my miniature universe can survive, I won't have any chance to transcend incarnations if my origin is destroyed. Firefly, do you really think we are enough to deal with that Sector Beast? If we could, the original mind wouldn't make such a scene and ask for help from the entire universe ocean. Let's wait, Firefly. Let's wait until 9-headed Devil Master arrives. He's one of the 8 great overlords, so we can just follow him. We alone can't be of much to help. They were indeed friends, but even Luo Feng had decided to let his Mosha body go and die when fighting sector beasts. Clearly, all the great beings in Universe Ocean were being careful. They didn't dare to underestimate the enemies. Firefly, you can go yourself. Be careful and stay in the Supreme True Treasure Palace. As long as you stay in there, you can at least survive. 3 great overlords were rushing there this time: Milky Way Horde Leader, 9 Remoteness True Master, and 9-Headed Devil Master. Milky Way Horde Leader and 9 Remoteness True Master were from the original universe era, so it would take them a long time to arrive. Comparatively, 9-Headed Devil Master was much closer. The 8th day after the sector beast started to devour the miniature universe origin. Should I go or not? Wondered Firefly True Master. He felt like he was losing his mind. He feared that his universe origin couldn't last long. However, if he went to fight the sector beast alone, he might be killed instantly. Including Firefly True Master, there were already 8 true gods. It's been such a long time. Our ancestor might not be able to hold it anymore. All the other universe masters from the Firefly race standing aside were worried. However, when it came to fighting sector beasts, they, as universe masters, couldn't do anything to help. After all, with burning godly power techniques and machine-type valuables and so on, the power gap between universe masters and true gods was vast. Even 100 universe masters couldn't rival one true god. How many universe masters were there in Universe Ocean? If there were more than 100, they might have been able to help, but there were only a limited number. Which meant that when it came to fighting sector beasts, universe masters weren't able to help whatsoever. The weapons of choice were true gods. Of course, Luo Feng was an exception. Luo Feng had the inheritance from Duandong River, and he also had the inheritance from the world of Jin. The godly king of Jin had died, and with Luo Feng's authority in the world of Jin, he could read all the inheritance he wanted. He alone had 2 supreme inheritances, which would have made many great beings jealous, even within the ancient civilization. Hong! A gleaming golden spaceship appeared out of nowhere and flew toward the miniature universe like a streak of light. After seeing that golden spaceship, all the true gods, including Firefly True Master, were exhilarated. It's 9-Headed Devil Master. It's 9-Headed Devil Master. It's the spaceship of 9-Headed Devil Master. All the true gods were overjoyed, and Firefly True Master was elated. He swung his body and flew toward 9-Headed Devil Master, yelling in excitement, 9-Headed Devil Master. I've been waiting for you. A towering being exited the spaceship. He had the body shape of a human being, and he was tall and built. However, on his neck were 9 distinct heads, and each one looked ferocious. The head in the middle was larger than the other 8 heads. All of them glanced toward the 8 true gods. He was 9-Headed Devil Master. The natural appearance of 9-Headed Devil Master was actually that of a strange beast with 4 hoofs and 9 heads. However, after entering the world of Jin, he had found out that the creatures in the world of Jin were divided into tribal warriors and strange beasts. Since there were tribal warriors from the world of Jin, who had 9 heads, 9-Headed Devil Master had altered his form into a humanoid shape. 9-Headed Devil Master, everyone greeted. I've talked to both Milky Way Horde Leader and 9 Remoteness True Mater. 9-Headed Devil Master stepped through space with large steps. He was rumbling, and all the other great beings shut up to carefully listen to him speak. He looked around. They're heading here from the original universe. Firefly True Master is from the first universe era, so his miniature universe is too far away. It might take him several days to arrive. Devil Master, said Firefly True Master anxiously, by the time Milky Way Horde Leader and 9 Remoteness True Master get here, my miniature universe may have already crumbled, and even if it hasn't, the origin might be dried out already. You've already told me that, Firefly True Master, said Nine-Headed Devil Master solemnly. This sector beast is indeed able to swallow the origin of a miniature universe quickly. It's been only 8 days. If your miniature universe was any farther away, even I might not have been able to make it. All the other universe masters present nodded seriously. The first true master also said that the sector beast is indeed dangerous, and the worst-case scenario, there might be more than one at a time. It was a true god from Divine Eye race with a single-eyed phantom who was talking. There were 2 true gods from Divine Eye clan there at the moment. That's right, I've talked to Divine Eye as well. Nine-Headed Devil Master nodded. Devil Master. If we wait any longer, Firefly True Master was exceedingly worried, and the universe masters behind him were also gazing expectantly at Nine-Headed Devil Master. They didn't have a say in any of this. Nine-Headed Devil Master nodded. Relax. Milky Way and 9 remoteness can't make it in time, but we can't wait any longer. We need to strike now. Theoretically, there's still a long time before this universe era ends, so this sector beast shouldn't be very powerful. If we cooperate, we can deal with it. And even if we can't, we can at least survive that sector beast. Everyone agreed. Yes. Nine-Headed Devil Master was one of the 8 great overlords. Even Illusion Heart True God and Divine Eye True Master could survive the nest of sector beasts, not to mention Nine-Headed Devil Master. I'll fight the sector beast first, said Nine-Headed Devil Master. I'll fight it so that it isn't able to swallow the origin of the miniature universe. In that way, I can stall time. When 9 remoteness and Milky Way get here, we can kill it with one shot. Yes. Sounds great. We just need to stall time, and when 9 remoteness True Master and Milky Way Horde leader get here, we'll definitely win. The assembled true gods weren't afraid at all now. Nine-Headed Devil Master nodded. Okay. Let's act together. However, Firefly True Master, you'll be the vanguard. Vanguard. Firefly True Master, whose face was covered with wrinkles, appeared dazed. This is your miniature universe. Do you expect other great beings to attack first? Nine-Headed Devil Master turned around and looked at him. If you don't want to do it, we can just wait here, and let your miniature universe be eaten by that sector beast. We can wait until Milky Way and 9 remoteness get here. It's safest to make attacks together. Firefly True Master said instantly, I'll be the vanguard. Okay, let's go. Nine-Headed Devil Master said directly. Hong. 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 Everyone was taking a supreme true treasure palace, and only those from the same race, like the 2 true gods from Divine Eye clan, shared a supreme true treasure palace. As for those who were from different races, they all sat in their own palaces. With Nine-Headed Devil Master in the lead, they all teleported together. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The sector beast with a golden body and a tail was extending curves from its own body toward space, swallowing the universe origin. Sector beast Morosa was quite relaxed. Huh? Suddenly, sector beast Morosa was startled. The area covered by its inherited technique could sense that a team was charging toward him, and the team was composed of 9 great beings. Finally, sector beast Morosa's eyes glinted ferociously. I thought they were weak, but it seems they are as powerful as my 2 slaves. Just come. I haven't eaten any lives from Universe Ocean. Suddenly, all the supreme true treasure palaces showed up, and the space condensed. Apparently, the space was sealed. Nobody could teleport to flee. Nine-Headed Devil Master led the group of true gods and arrived at where the sector beasts resided. They spotted the giant, golden being with a single glance. Is that a sector beast? Nine-headed devil master, blood orchid ancestor, and the other true gods were all careful. Ha ha ha. Traces of bent light shot out of the sector beast in the distance, penetrated space. At the same time, it started to guffaw, and its voice echoed the entire space. Are you the true gods from Universe Ocean? And you're here to kill me? Nine-headed devil master and other true gods, standing opposite it, were on high alert. Firefly true master, yelled nine-headed devil master, transmitting his voice. You go first. Firefly true master was reluctant to do so, but he didn't have a choice. After all, it was his miniature universe origin that was being swallowed. Firefly true master drove a spaceship and rushed toward that giant sector beast in the distance. Sector beast, you're not staying in your nest. Instead, you came out and you're trying to swallow my miniature universe. I'll kill you. Firefly true master was yelling furiously, and the voice was rumbling. At the same time, the spaceship became a gleaming streak of light, launching itself to strike Sector Beast Morosa in the distance. Yet Sector Beast Morosa didn't even try to dodge it. Peng! The front of the spaceship hit the body of Sector Beast Morosa. Its body caved in, but it immediately recovered and smacked the spaceship away. You are the owner of the miniature universe I am swallowing. Sector Beast Morosa giggled. Poor food. You don't even dare to come out and fight me. Firefly true master. Nine-headed devil master in the distance sent a message through the communications token in his head. What are you waiting for? He had asked Firefly true master to be the vanguard, because he wanted to test the power of this sector beast. If he kept hiding in his spaceship, he would indeed stay safe, but it would be impossible to test the real power of the sector beast. That message made Firefly true master both fearful and enraged. He looked at Sector Beast Morosa out there, and his eyes produced fire. He was full of resentment. Everything that was happening now was because of this sector beast. Sector beast, you deserve to die. Firefly true master roared. His body swung and flew out of the spaceship instantly. His body was long and wriggling, and it had hundreds of hoofs. Each hoof was sharp, clearly intended to be weapons. It had also prepared true god-level valuables that were suitable to it so that it could wield its pinnacle power. Godly power burning technique. Hong. Dimming white light surrounded the area. It was a domain-type supreme true treasure. Die. Firefly true master had lost his mind, and at this moment, a blurry but ferocious phantom appeared in the space around him. He raced toward Sector Beast Morosa. Ha ha, Sector Beast Morosa guffawed. Suddenly, a raging and terrifying soul attack penetrated the body of Firefly true master. The powerful attack made Firefly true master howl, and the attack it had been planning to unleash was disrupted. Sector Beast Morosa was still guffawing. Suddenly, long arms extended from its body. Dozens of arms extending from its body, and they all slapped at Firefly true master. Although Firefly true master howled, he was able to bear the pain, and he raced toward those arms. Each hoof on its body was a terrific weapon, and his claws tore the space apart, containing endless power. Peng! 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 The arms of Sector Beast Morosa and the hoofs of Firefly true master were striking against each other. The fight was a nail-biter. Huh! Nine-headed devil master thought. Firefly true master is only at a slight disadvantage. The other true gods all started to transmit their voices. Compared to other true gods in Universe Ocean, Firefly true master is only mediocre. However, he's only slightly weaker than that sector beast. Not surprising, actually. The original mind said that true gods were able to fight sector beasts. Although Firefly true master doesn't have a machine-type valuable, He has a Soul-type Supreme True Treasure, a Supreme True Treasure armor, and a Domain-type Supreme True Treasure. When it comes to close combat, he's much better than I Devil God. Besides, I Devil God and Illusion Heart True God were attacked by 3 Sector Beasts at the same time, but we're only facing 1 Sector Beast right now. That's right. The Sector Beasts are trying to swallow each other in their nest. Some must be stronger than others. This Sector Beast who got out might be a weaker one. All the true gods relieved. Of course, deep down, they were still on high alert. How? Firefly True Master. 9-headed Devil Master transmitted his voice. All true gods, act together. Don't be reckless. Help each other out. Let's kill this Sector Beast together. Okay. Let's act together. When the other true gods heard the order, they didn't try to run away from it. They had already had so many true gods acting at the same time, and before, Illusion Heart True God and I Devil God had acted together. They were only 2 beings. Now, there were 9 of them, and 9-headed Devil Master was here to lead them. They had nothing to fear. Kill. Let's go kill that Sector Beast. All at once, those 8 true gods, including 9-headed Devil Master, charged at the Sector Beast like streaks of light. In the distance, Firefly True Master, who was fighting Sector Beast Morosa, was also exhilarated. Let's cooperate and kill that Sector Beast, he said. A door with dimming white light opened in space. The door opened gradually, and a black thread shot out of that door, reaching right at the front of Sector Beast Morosa. Kai. 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 2 traces of golden light showed up in space, and the 2 traces of golden light intertwined with each other. They were like scissors, cutting everything in their path, and they rocketing toward Sector Beast Morosa. Bloody flowers also showed up, and they all flew toward Sector Beast Morosa, trying to envelop it. Invisible soul attacks also shot toward it. As all the true gods flew toward the Sector Beast, they performed some long-distance techniques, attacking Sector Beast Morosa. That Sector Beast Morosa was attacked by many true gods at the same time, and it howled. The golden armor formed by its energies was already eroded, and bubbles formed on the armor. Its own strength was resisting the godly power, and they were annihilating each other. Sector Beast Morosa looked around. It blasted Firefly True Master away, who was striking at him, and then it bellowed, "You've infuriated me. You are food, and you should realize that you know better than food. Kill it. Kill." The true gods ignored Sector Beast Morosa, but at the same time, they couldn't help but think that this Sector Beast was a moron. It was a being who represented destruction from birth, so they couldn't underestimate it, not even a little bit. They were all trying their best to attack the Sector Beast. However, 9-headed Devil Master opted to observe it instead of wielding his power. Die. Sector Beast, you die. All the true gods surrounded the Sector Beast and performed their techniques. Blood Orchid Ancestor was the most powerful out of all the true gods. Blood Orchid Ancestor had an enormous godly body, and one vine after another extended from its body. On each of the vines was flowing black light, which came from a set of machine-type valuables she had obtained from the world of Jinn that perfectly fit her techniques. Those vines with black light all extended toward Sector Beast Morosa, seeking to wind around it. Close combat, distant attacks, and binding. Sector Beast Morosa felt that it couldn't resist the surrounding true gods any longer. I originally wanted to conceal my power and tempt all those true gods, thought Sector Beast Morosa, but I didn't realize that they were all so powerful. Sector Beast Morosa was stunned that it had been encircled like this. Apparently, Blood Orchid Ancestor and the others were much more powerful than Firefly True Master. Sector Beast Morosa went mad. It was surrounded by 8 true gods. The most powerful true god, nine-headed Devil Master, was observing that sector beast. "It's indeed powerful," said nine-headed Devil Master, thrilled. "It's being encircled by 8 true gods, yet it's only at a slight disadvantage. Even compared to the 8 great overlords in Universe Ocean, it is only slightly weaker. If those sector beasts keep getting stronger, in the future, none of us other than Luo Feng will be able to rival these sector beasts. Let's kill it first." Nine-headed Devil Master finally started to wield his power after observing the sector beast for a while. All 9 heads of nine-headed Devil Master raged. The 9 faces produced a series of strange yet distinct voices, each one yelling furiously. All of a sudden, another twisted portal in space, and all 9 twisted portals intertwined with each other. The intertwined portals formed a peculiar picture, which extended toward Sector Beast Morosa. "Die, Sector Beast!" After a furious roar, light emerging from the entire body of nine-headed Devil Master. His whole body turned purple. This effect came from a machine-type valuable. The peculiar picture formed by those 9 twisted portals arrived at Sector Beast Morosa. This drove Sector Beast Morosa crazy. It suddenly raised its head, and it opened its mouth. No sound came from the sector beast. However, that soundless scream pierced directly into the soul of every true god encircling it. Even nine-headed Devil Master, who was trying to rush toward it, paused midway. As for the other 8 true gods, they all displayed pangs of torment. Even though they were in agony, 6 of them were still able to barely resist it, but 2 howled under the invisible attack, and could no longer concentrate on fighting the sector beast. Food is supposed to stay food. Sector Beast Morosa turned around and glared at Firefly True Master. Hua! Those curves emanating from Sector Beast Morosa suddenly turned around and raced toward Firefly True Master. They suddenly converged and gathered, enveloping Firefly True Master like a cocoon. This video will end here.